Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Irene and today originally I wanted to make a cute little house. Then I was always like, oh my god, I always make a cute little house. So then I decided to do something else, and that something else is a paint studio. So originally I was going to just make this like an artist studio, like kind of like a class type thing where people could come and learn how to paint and just all of that good stuff. And I was like, oh, you could definitely, if you have I think it's the Get Together pack, I believe, where they introduced groups and stuff, so you can make like group hangouts. I was like, oh, then you can do a group hangout, and then you could make everybody paint, and then if you really wanted to get rich, you could make everybody sell their paint. Or their paintings, not their paint. So I was just kind of thinking, because I was just like, oh, I think that would be a lot of fun. I've also like strangely been obsessed with ballet studios recently. I've kind of wanted to start ballet. I know that's a very random thing for me to be talking about, but I've been in a more artistic mood, I would say. So I'm just kind of thinking of things that would be fun. And then eventually, as you'll see later in the video, I do end up making this like a paint and sip studio. So I don't know if people are familiar with this, or if this is not something that might be done where you live, or maybe you're just too young, but there is something called paint and sip. And it's where you have somebody who is an instructor, will kind of give you like guidelines to paint something, but you can drink an alcoholic beverage while doing so. I know one of my aunts, she had somebody come to the house and do that for her birthday instead of like going somewhere. But I've always loved this type of activity. I always think it's fun. I think a lot of people like are always a little embarrassed to paint, especially if they're not good at it, or if they just don't if they don't know where to start, kind of thing. So I do think it is a lot of fun. And then and I was thinking, I was like, okay, what am I gonna fill this studio with, right? Because I also was kind of thinking of Bridgerton, just because I think it's Anthony is the one that doesn't that is always painting and doesn't necessarily like to do other things, which I get it. So I really wanted everything to have a lot of light, and then I wanted to have like not tile, but concrete floors, just a solid floor, because I'm just like, look, if anything like lands on it, like any paint and stuff, at least it'll either be one, easier to remove, or two, easy to like just keep on there and not ruin anything, and it's a lower cost. And then I didn't put like 100 easels in here. You can see I kind of like debate on how to kind of set them up, just because I don't know, they don't form circle perfectly, and maybe I could have, well, I don't think I could have done it with, what do you call it? Now thinking on it, I have an idea of how I can fix it. Is I can probably use like a campfire and then use the move objects sheet. But anyway, not the point. So I was just, kind of going with whatever the flow was, just kind of trying to figure it out. And of course I didn't put any lights down until later, because why would I do that? Why would I make my life easier? But I actually, at the end, I do really like how this turned out, because I feel like it's very cozy, and I did put it in Mount Coriabi with the intentions of this being a house, so it is kind of a random spot, I would say, where I placed it, but I personally really like it. So I don't know, I have a lot of fun with it. I will say I am trying to diversify my builds a little bit, and trying to figure out something I can put in everything that isn't just like a typical house, or it isn't like a typical like I was thinking a bakery, and then I was like, no, I don't want to put a bakery. Like, what else could I do? And then I was just like, you know what, art studio. So that's where we are, and this is kind of where I get to the point where I'm a little bit unsure of how to kind of proceed with everything. Well, it just like, I just wanted them to be perfect, and I know they're not going to be perfect, but whatever. And then I decided to put a pedestal in the middle, and I feel like I need everybody to kind of hear me out on this. I decided to do that in hopes of actually, potentially having like a sim stand on there. Like, I don't know if you can become a statue sim. I have to do like a little bit more on it, but maybe I can have someone sit there and like model and just kind of see what I can do. But, I was thinking, a lot of art classes, because it depends on how you want to use the space. I kind of wanted to make it like, kind of give you the guidelines and then you make it what you want. But I was like, a lot of studios, a lot of people do paint others, and it could be just like a model, and it could just be like a good starting point. I also had a really hard time finding like artist decor, and it could be I didn't know which word to look up, but I did have a hard time finding it. I don't know why. It was really frustrating, and like I just wanted to find a good piece of art, and I don't think that should be so hard, but I mean, here we are, and so I don't know, I had fun, and then eventually I had to turn on the build cheats move objects on, because I wanted to make like a wall where like you would have your art supplies and all of that. So I don't know, I had a lot of fun with this build. I really like it. I hope you guys like it as well, and I hope, for me it's Sunday when I'm recording this, so I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I hope that, the ending of summer or potentially ending of winter is going well. I don't know where everybody's watching from, but I get to go to London next week, and I'm super excited to go. I'm pre-recording some videos as well, and I'm excited. I have never been to London, so if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear about them, but never been to London. Super excited. Ready to enjoy the weather. And I know that might sound odd, but I am a countryside, very mild weather person. I don't necessarily like when it's too hot out. So I'm excited, and I hope you guys are excited for, whatever's going on in your lives. I know a lot of people are probably starting up school again, or, finishing up their holiday break, whatever it might be. I'm not in school anymore. I am 26. I do not go to school anymore, unfortunately. Kind of. I never liked school. I never was a school person. I was always more of like an independent person, I guess, or just somebody who I was never into school. I liked certain subjects, like I loved English and I loved history. I don't know. I was never the person who would, kind of go after math or science or something like that. So I don't know, that's just me. It is what it is. But regardless, I hope you guys are gonna have a good start to your school year. Fall in the United States is one of my favorite seasons, so I am pretty excited for fall to start. Also, this is where I decided to make this a paint and sip place, because one of my favorite things about the Lovestruck pack is the fact that they have this like mini bar cart essentially. So I was thinking, oh, if you have a group hangout and everybody comes, and then you can hire a mixologist and they can be making drinks and people can be painting and all of these things. And I don't know, I really liked the idea of it. I hope you guys like it too. I'm gonna let you guys just finish out the video though, and then I'll catch you guys Wednesday with a legacy challenge video, and then Friday with a 100 baby challenge video. If you haven't seen those, go ahead and check them out. I actually am like really obsessed with how things are coming together in both of those. So I'm also more of like a gameplay person. I'm surprisingly enough, I'm actually not a builder. A lot of people I feel like love to build, and I'm like, no, I love to play the game, actually. So I feel like that's an unpopular opinion, but that's who I am. But, I just want to say I appreciate all the support on this channel. I've been trying to grow this channel for over a year now. I'm happy with the progress I've made. I can't wait to get more subscribers and everything. So, if you have any friends you think will like this, or, if you know anybody that might like it, or maybe if you don't like it and you want to recommend it to someone you don't like, go ahead. But, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I appreciate all the support again, and I will catch you guys in the next video. But other than that, I'm just gonna let the last few minutes of this play out, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye!